It took a little while, but we've made our way through our quest log. We've made our way through most of the quests that we already had for Beyond Reach, which means I'm ready to start picking up a few new ones. I'm ready to start grabbing a couple more because I have so many different NPCs that were ready to give me more quests, and I said I'll get back to you on that. I'll talk to you soon, but let me do what I already have so far. I have 2 left. A Wish for Wings. I have to wait until I can find the Griffin again, the evil Griffin that wants to eat children. And End of Eternal Grey, which I don't think it's the main quest line, but I figured I would do that a little bit later,
I could go for a
rather than right now.
Come on, what you say?
I'm gonna go up to the palace. I'm going to talk to a couple people there because I know there's a couple quest givers around there. And then we'll set off on another adventure. One thing I do want to add is I did reinstall the mod. I had a couple comments saying that some of the lines that I said weren't voiced are either in fact voiced or are supposed to be voiced, so I don't know what happened with my install, but I reinstalled the mod. Hopefully that will take care of whatever issue is causing it so that certain characters weren't voiced at all. Do you need the services of a mercenary, my king?
It appears you're lacking propriety, making up for it in ignorance, I hope. If I were of the temperament of the lords I govern, I could take those bloody hands off you this instant.
I'd like to see you try.
If you happen across a more privileged rank, or are in esteemed company, then I will permit counsel to you. But as of now, a mercenary has no business propositioning a king.
It's funny because it shows how much more accessible the Jarls are in Skyrim, but yeah, it makes sense. It's the thing of I'm relatively new to the land, and while I have helped out in High Rock and in the Reach, I'm still a nobody to the king. Mortiphane knows me. Mortiphane doesn't necessarily like me, but he knows me, but that's still a big jump from Lord Mortiphane to King Sigmane. I was also looking for the guard captain. He wasn't there, so he's going to be somewhere else. Probably not in here, but I think I had a couple more quests here as well.
Are you in need, friend?
Yep, here we go. Are there no mages guilds around here?
Oh, you are an era late on the news. The Mages Guild has long since dissolved. That is now of fleeting importance.
See, that's what I thought.
They were succeeded by the Priest Circle, who has adopted many of the same practices, save for the unsavory arts.
Sorry. Oh, a little bit of a cough. And what is your position in the circle?
The Archbishop of Evermore, chief among the clergy in the East, who confers meetings with other holy sects across the province, which acts as a form of diplomacy between the kingdoms as well. If the king wishes the ice to be broken between a kingdom who once abhorred our presence, he will ask me to talk on his behalf.
I see. Do you have any work for me?
A simmering curiosity has harried my thoughts for a good while now. Still unfulfilled. Maybe you can sate it. There is a Duredian ruin north of this city, Umbasir.
And what is this Umbasir?
A vault of unmolested wonder. There would be an ineffable wealth in learning if we could divulge in its halls.
You want me to be the first to explore this ruin?
We have attempted to excavate the city before, yet curses and ancient augurs have precluded such activities. It is simply too dangerous to follow up on our interests there, until someone can break through the vanguard, that is. Maybe you could be the adventurer we seek. A sole interloper may not invoke the same attention that an entire party will. Go and see what lies beneath.
Alright. Ooh. Descent of the Eternal Rabbit? Is the ruin gonna be like the ruin to a house that sigil was a rabbit? I'm wondering where that's going. Oh, I can't talk to you? Okay. How about you?
Something you need?
I guess not.
You alright?
I found you, Kegor. I heard that you might need some help.
It's considered treason to listen in on the king's affairs, you know. Lucky for you, I'm not the king, so I can let it slide.
He threatened to cut off my hands.
And I do need someone for a very specific task. If you overheard the key points of that conversation, you would know that I'm looking for evidence. Evidence of another party who's made things difficult for us, in terms of dealing with that extremist group, Orsinium's Sons.
And what can I do to help?
We had a tip from one of our scouts that the orcs are running low on gear and food again, over at the old Direni ruins of Umbasir.
Oh!
With this comes the unknown party. They should be sending someone to either provide for the orcs yet again, or give them orders on where to strike.
Oh, look at that!
You see, this party hasn't joined the fray for selfless reasons. They're enacting their motives through the orcs. We're not sure why.
Wow, look at this. This works
See
out.
what you can find up at Umbasir, preferably without being seen while hearing on any possible dealings. Then return here with the evidence. Don't cause any trouble now.
Optional, do not kill the informant. Alright. Well, either way, I gotta go to Umbasir. It's a little bit of a while away. But we still have quite a bit of the land to explore. Assuming that everything that I can see here can be traversed, then yeah, we have a lot. I don't think everything, though. I don't think there's anything, for instance, on this side of the canyon. I'm guessing that I can't go as far out as Direni Tower as of now. Because I see the fort over here, but that doesn't mean it's explorable. That could be a town that's very likely one of the cities that's getting added in the future updates. If I had to guess, the playable region for the mod probably ends around this river, around this kind of like natural divide that we have here. Either way, just still a massive play zone, and I still haven't uncovered quite a bit of it. There's still quite a bit that I still have to see, and obviously I still have a lot of quests left as well. I'm sure some people watching are just getting tired of it at this point, but I continue to be impressed more and more and more by the mod. The first time I played it was so many years ago, and I mean, I kind of rushed through it anyway, or I just didn't know the extent of the content in it, but going back now, I really feel like I can appreciate it a lot more. I'm seeing so much more of the world, the quests, the characters, and I'm sure there's still a lot more for me to find, but it really has been an enjoyable experience. Right now, this is easily a mod that I would recommend, even though it's not done yet, even though it hasn't been fully completed yet. So where is this pointing me? Okay, I wasn't sure because it almost looked like the markers pointed me somewhere really, really close by. Oh, it is! Oh. Are we going through this cave? Where are you? Get over here. I wanted to make a deep swallow joke, but you weren't ready for my deep swallow joke. Oh, I was ready with one, and I was expecting you to be right behind me, but no, you just didn't want my innuendo. This is cool, though. It's a passageway that leads to where I need to go, and honestly, I wouldn't have thought to try and go in.
Yeah, I hear it too.
I probably wouldn't have thought to try and make my way into that little
You're not getting
cave entrance.
bollocks! Well, that was easier than expected.
I like this, though. I like having the shortcut, because otherwise I was either just going to walk or fast travel, but now I want to see where this leads to, where this kind of exits out to. I like it, though, because it reminds me a lot of almost a bigger or expanded version of something like Brittleshin Pass. But I liked having those passageways in Skyrim, having those as options if you needed a better way to kind of just cut across the land. Hi.
There you are.
My steel is going up your ass.
Oh. It's funny because you just run into the thing of, oh, you just hear the same bandit voice again and again, but I mean, you would hear that in Skyrim as well. You would hear the same, like, 3, 4, maybe 5 bandit voices again and again. But it's the same thing as, and not just Beyond Skyrim, but a couple different mods where they do wind up revoicing all of the characters, so even the new bandits have their own voices, and I always like that because it just adds a little bit more variation, it adds a little bit more complexity to the mod for me.
Gonna make mincemeat out of you.
And then it's the thing of hearing the same voices within the mod, hearing several characters voiced by the same person. I like it because then it's also a bit more like Skyrim. It's a bit more like Skyrim in the sense that you wind up hearing the same voices again and again. So it kind of captures that same feeling. Did George just say he likes hearing the same voice actors again and again because it's like Skyrim? It's like, yeah, it fits. It has this weird sort of like thematic match then. I also don't expect any game or any massive mod to get different voice actors for every single bandit. That would be ridiculous. And frankly, it's not just...
It's over.
It's not just Skyrim or Bethesda games either. Have you guys played Kingdom Come Deliverance? Have you guys played Witcher 3? All of these are games that, yeah, you just wind up hearing the exact same 5 or 6 NPC voices again and again and again. There might be more variation for main characters, but...
Time to meet your end.
Man, at a certain point, you're like, oh, wow, it's bandit number 4.
Peace.
Do I need to clear this place out? No. Am I going to do it anyway? Absolutely. Oh, hey. Here we go. One thing that I do like is that...
Hey, don't make this a habit now.
Completely unintentionally, completely not by design, I wound up with 2 quests that take me to the exact same place, to Umbasir. I am going to unmark Descent of the Eternal Rabbit. I'm going to make Mer de Sang my main objective for now. I'm hoping that I can get in there, or rather, I'm going to do this without killing anyone, so maybe I'll have to switch to light armor, maybe I'll have to do this at night, but either way, I'm going to try and do this the correct way, the proper way. You know, for the first time in my life. And this took us out to the destroyed township that we saw earlier, which I even talked about in one of the last videos too, about the whole idea of, oh, what if we could resettle it, what if we could rebuild it. Now, depending on how this quest plays out, I might have to do a little bit of back and forth, because if I'm only supposed to find out who the informant is and then go back and report it, I'd have to come back to Umbasir later on in order to do the quest for the priest, when I've already gotten credit for doing this stealthily. Unless the 2 quests do wind up being related and the quest objective changes to me having to go in and attack and all that stuff. So this is going to be right here. So I'm going to back up. Back up, come on, back here. There you go. You're going to wait.
Cat got your tongue.
You're going to wait right here.
Try and come back in one piece.
And...
Till next time.
Yeah, you stay here. And I'm going to wait till night. I'd rather try and do this little sneaky bit at night. Well, there's the ruin. So I see bandits over there. I see... Oh god, how far down do I have to get? Do I really just have to get all the way in there? It's very possible. I know I'm still wearing my heavy armor, but I did turn off my lantern, which hopefully helps out at least a little bit here.
Look, just give us the gear and we'll do the rest.
Oh, I hear them talking. I hear them talking. I can't hear them over the music, but I hear them. Assuming this is for the quest right now. Oh, I see them, I see them. I'm glad no one's looking over here at least. Oh, there we go.
As I said, we'll do what your lot wants, and you pay us. Simple.
Whatever you do, don't look over at this bush over here. There's definitely not a man just crouching in the grass, staring at you right now. I am gonna just turn down the music entirely, that way we can maybe hear them a little bit.
Don't you worry.
There you go.
Some brand new pikes just for 'em. We got a bet for how high we can leave 'em hanging before they slide down.
Such a morbid race anyway. We'll speak again after the contract is done.
Boom. Beautiful. Return to Kegor. Find out who the helping party is. Optional, do not kill the informant. Which I'm pretty sure that'll just trigger once I actually get back there. Oh, I want to grab Ulcarin, but I'm so scared to try and sneak out of here. So we might just have to come back from later. First things first, I'm just going to put the music back up. I'm going to quick save here. I'm going to see if I can sneak out. It's very likely that I won't be able to, but I'm going to give it a shot if nothing else. Alright, I think we're fine. Thank God for Skyrim's rock climbing abilities. The unintentional, but always helpful, ability to just scale rock walls if you just mash jump enough times. Ulcarin, I have good news. The Thalmor are behind it.
Talk to me.
Need you to follow me.
Guess you started a fight you can't finish. I'll be right behind you then.
Because as it is, High Rock is one of the few groups, one of the few kingdoms, one of the few provinces that remained part of the Empire after the Second War. So yeah, the Thalmor would want to weaken High Rock, because weakening High Rock means a weaker empire overall. Kegor?
Thank the gods those necromancers are dealt with. We can't thank you enough, friend. You've been a great service to this kingdom.
I found out who was supplying the orcs. It's the Thalmor.
Whoa, now, don't go making those types of accusations so soon. What was he wearing, and what did he say?
Well, he was wearing Thalmor robes, and he talked about targeting Dunlane.
This is grave news. To know the Thalmor were implicated in the making of this extremist group. But directly giving them munitions and directives on where to attack and how. God, we don't want this news becoming public. We can't have what happened in Skyrim and its civil war happen in High Rock. There's enough animosity towards the Empire's lack of action here. You must promise me not to tell anyone else of who you saw there. And pray tell, is the agent still alive?
Yes, I left the area without killing him.
Good. The Thalmor like to keep tabs on all their doings, and a dead agent would complicate things beyond measure. I will speak in private to Horrister and decide whether it's wise to inform the king about this news. This case has become very worrisome indeed. I do hope this septum will persuade you to keep quiet on this matter, and if not, the consequences of your gossip will come back to haunt you. Keep safe.
Oh great, 800 septums, and now I gotta split this among all the viewers so that they also keep quiet and don't tell the Thalmor. Well, everyone gets less than 1 septum. I hope you enjoy. And now we can return to Umbasir, which we didn't discover it because I didn't want to venture any further into the area. But we'll walk from... we'll walk from Karthgrin Vale, yeah. I would assume at this point that whatever quest stage it is that keeps the orcs there, or that counts for what we just did, that is fine. So now we can go there, now we'll be fine. We know that no one can get into Umbasir, so I don't think it's a problem. So it's not like the orcs would be able to get in anyway. That's the whole reason they're sending me to try and get inside. One thing I would want to check is I need to see if Razorkid, if the mod author has a Patreon, because this is something that I would very happily support. I would very, very happily contribute to a Patreon or something if that meant helping raise the funds for voice acting, if it meant that my contribution would mean that maybe the mod is able to get done a little bit sooner, or with a little bit more ease. Because I've supported a few Patreons for mod authors, and I'm always happy to, especially when I know that it's going to the mod's development or making development easier for the mod authors. Because I think I mentioned it before, but we're just gonna have to fight our way through here.
Look who's brave!
I know I've mentioned it before, but in the case of There Is No Umbra, which really, really, really enjoyed that mod, and looking forward to Chapter 3. I know the mod author had even spoken to the fact that he had to hire the voice actors for it, that he was paying voice actors for it. And if anything, I actually really liked that kind of transparency about it. I liked that the mod author was very forthcoming about the fact that, yeah, I have to actually put money into development of the mod. I feel like we often think about just the time commitment to modding, but there can very, very often be a financial commitment as well. And I think it's good that mod authors are able to discuss that. The mod authors are able to comfortably talk about it. This might be a problem because the Thalmor agent is still here. I don't know if they're going to check to see if he was still alive. It could very, very well be an issue. So what I'm thinking is, what if we did sneak in here? What if we had just snuck in? I don't know how feasible it would be, but I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to try, because I don't know if this is going to mess with anything at all. I will say it makes sense that the orcs are still there. We just found their scouting party, we found their encampment. They're not going to pack up and leave just because we spied on them and they didn't know we spied on them. It makes more sense story-wise that they would still be there right now. I just don't know if that's going to mess with something because I just strolled on and I was like, hey, alright, I'm going to fight my way through here and kill all of you in the process. So unfortunately, I can't get in there with Ulcarin following me. They haven't detected me, but they detected Ulcarin.
Try and come back in one piece.
You wait here.
Alright then.
You wait here. I know how to get in, and I know how to get in without being detected. Because the entrance is right down here. If I just... I'm going to turn off my lantern for good measure just to be safe, but... if I just very quietly, very carefully... boop down here... we'll be in no time. See? Nice and easy. See? Super simple. Oh, what was that? Oh, no. Not you.
Before those who molest my sanctum banish my knowledge from your word, forever dooming mortals to eternal stagnation.
I wasn't done reading that. Oh, goddamn, of course, it's Hermaeus Mora. Well, that explains some of the, molestation, then. It's all his tentacles. Although, granted, the priest said that this had gone unmolested. The Archbishop said this has gone unmolested so far. That's locked. Let me see if the other way is... It's not. Okay. In that case, let me go for the door then. I really like the different textures for the stone walls. I don't know if that's from the mod or just from one of the mods that I have. I'm pretty sure it's from Beyond Reach specifically. Either way, this does feel rather decrepit, which is the intention. Like, it uses the same general tile set as Skyrim Radiance and also some Snow Elf stuff as well, but using the same models but changing the textures can already bring so much more life into a mod to a new region. Yeah, I'm gonna be fighting Dureni ghosts all by my lonesome. Oh, are those... Oh, I thought Push was empty. It looked empty from here just because of the lighting, and I got excited. I don't know why, I was excited. I'm very easy to impress some days, what can I say? I think it depends on the day, though. Oh, hell yes. Magic stones, here we go. I also like the inverted structures. I mean, the Dureni were very magical and kind of full of themselves at times because they're magic, so it makes sense that they'd be like, yeah, you know what, we're gonna defy gravity with these structures. Why? 'Cause we're the Dureni. Why not? That being said, this is a dead end unless you just jump off of these ledges, which... This was the locked door anyway, so this might have just been a side passage. This might have just been a dead end. So let's go back. Let's go the other way. I'm sorry. You're just working on your alchemy. I just come out of nowhere, stab you in the back, murder you. That's how it goes some days. I'm looking for Hermaeus Mora. Maybe you saw him. A lot of tentacles, a lot of eyes, deep voice. No, you haven't seen him? Well, I'll find him. Oh, look at all that. Look at all these bugs. If you're an alchemist, this place is going to be a haven for ingredients. Oh, and that leads to another section. Okay, this is where I thought I was going to wind up, because that was the passageway through the adept locked door. Alright, look at this. Absolutely beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. Is this going to be the equivalent of an alien well? Okay, well I can't activate it or do anything with it. I was wondering if there would be a buff from that. Magic barrier like we have in Wayrest. Is it going to be blocked or can I pass through it? Can't pass through it, so we have to find a way to disable those barriers. Got it.